We are discussing Bukayo Saka, though. He has signed a 5-year contract with the club until 2031. There has been talk about him. His output has not been as good this season. Let's go to Matt. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Matt.
Right, Matty boy.
How you doing?
I'm all right, Matty. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, guys. Yeah, no, I think we're so heavy on stats these days. Like, we always refer back to, I think every argument that gets made, it's always about goals and assists. And look, I get that. They are down for Saka. I'm not going to deny that. But if you actually watch him, I literally watch him week on week, and he's still skilling up his fullbacks. He's still working so hard for the team. But I think we're missing the point. We haven't got a striker, gents. He's putting balls into the box, into good areas.
I don't know whether he is, you know. I watch...
No, he is.
I don't
He is.
No, I'm not sure that's true. Honestly, I'm not sure that's true. Defensively, Saka is a monster. He is a beast. He knows his role, and he's one of the hardest working wide men out there. But the other end of the pitch, I've seen Saka. I don't think he does anymore. I'm not so sure that he does it as often as he has in previous seasons. I genuinely don't think that there's as much output in that way that you're saying. Not from the eyeball test I've got.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't totally disagree with that. The other thing as well, I think where we're so system heavy now as well,
yeah,
it feels like there's always two players, or the winger, the sort of left winger is pretty much doubling up, and that's down to Saka. That's down to Saka to overcome as well. But I don't think it's quite as maybe it's just because he's set such high standards that we're having this conversation. He's maybe not quite as good.
Let me ask you a question then, right? Let me ask you a question, Matt, right? Because he is so good at covering those wide areas, and he gets back to help his fullback, and he is one of the most disciplined, defensive-minded wide players in the league. There's no doubt about that. Do you think there is perhaps a bit on Arteta that his starting position, when you win position, can sometimes be so deep?
We are struggling to get the ball out there in general, so there is something down to Arteta's system. It's you know, when you watch Arsenal, it can be quite mechanical and slow, and it's quite predictable. You guys know when the ball's going to go out to Saka. We all know that, right? It's the same sort of passes, the same rhythm and routine to get it out to him. Whereas perhaps before, where we were, I don't know, maybe teams weren't quite as taking us as quite as heavily as they are now. We could get it out to Saka, and he was one-on-one with his full-back, and he could take them on. And I haven't seen him cut inside and sort of bend it in that top corner in a long time.
You know, his last assist was on the 3rd of January.
Yeah, but he has been in and out of injuries. I'm trying not to make too many excuses for him. I don't think he's had that sort of rhythm. But I don't think it's quite as bad as I think people are making out, personally.
No one's saying
it's bad.
No one's saying it's bad. No. You make a great point about the standards that he set. And the thing I love about Saka is he can go both ways, right? Yeah. And sometimes you get a left foot on the right foot on the left. They do become a bit restricted. They can only come inside. Yeah. Saka won't. Saka shows you inside and go on the outside.
Madueke is better, I think, going down the line.
Yeah, but Madueke's output in terms of numbers is going to be lower because it feels like Madueke is the assist before the assist. He takes you up the pitch. He drives from deeper areas, and he'll take you up the pitch. What he just said there about Saka coming inside, where he used to bend towards that far post, right? He probably's got the best delivery from that wide area.
Yeah. He's got that great one where it's like he comes inside and it's like it's almost like a chip to the far post, but it bends and
he misses all the defenders.
Misses everyone, and it just creeps into that like the outside of the post. Yeah, and it's such a great ball. And
but that we don't see
I haven't seen that a lot this season. Not a lot. I haven't seen it I used to see.
Yeah, I just wonder whether Arteta might have perhaps taken a bit of that out, because one thing I noticed when Arsenal defend, he is right alongside his fullback. Yeah. He must be a great wide man. You think about Mohamed Salah, we laud Mohamed Salah about what he does, right? Yeah. There's no way Trent got that kind of covering when those two played together. No way. No way. But Salah would almost kind of cheat a little bit. Not cheat, but, wouldn't necessarily do that job. And then of course. You'd have Henderson.
And he was your instant outball.
You'd have those other midfielders coming across to do that job. Yeah. And when when Liverpool win possession, they've got Salah out there. Yeah. Salah's starting position can be deeper than the halfway line sometimes. Yeah. I just wonder if there's an element of that going on.
Okay. All right, let's go to John. He's Arsenal fan. All right, John.
John boy.
Well, the last time we talked about this, you clipped it onto a platform and there was 1 million people slagging me off.
Okay, what did you say?
Well, because I praised Saka. We spoke, we were speaking about Champions League and English teams doing well 2 weeks ago. I mean, first of all, stats. Do me a favour, stats. Somebody came on and said, well, Olise's got 33 assists. I couldn't care less if he's got 33 assists.
Who?
He's playing in a Farmers League where Harry Kane scores 3 goals every game.
Oh, Olise. Okay.
Oh, Elise.
No, I'm just saying in general. I don't care about stats.
Well, stats do matter, though,
a player who's playing in Portugal.
John, stats do matter.
Comes to Arsenal and he can't score.
John, stats matter in the Premier League. Goal involvements, assists, goals. I mean, we're not talking about his pass completion rate here. We're talking about his actual output when it comes to
you can't
involvement.
say that because the way the team plays. Look, when Klopp managed Liverpool, right, he makes attacking players look much better than what they'd ever be if they played under Arteta because of the way he plays. You just discussed that.
Yeah.
So I'm just bringing that point up, okay?
Yeah, okay.
The way Arteta plays is detrimental to Saka's output, and that's a fact. Also, I'm going to tell you something else. It's a bit tactical, but I'm going to just tell you so other people understand. When we played Chelsea a few weeks ago, the away game, Arsenal sacrificed the right-hand side because I know he's going to be trebled up. He's practically trebled up. But that's fine because the guys on the left get a little bit more space. Plus, teams are set in the way they defend against us. They're not running around the pitch like lunatics. Every time Saka played against one-on-one this year in Europe, he ripped the guy to shreds. When he plays for England, one-on-one, he rips everyone to shreds because he can go inside and he can go outside. Now, if you're doing your video and you're a footballer and you're doing your match prep, you know you're not going to let him cut inside on his left foot. The guy from midfield's going to come out and make sure he doesn't get that shot off, and he can't get that shot off at the moment. Actually, I'll criticise him. He's been very, very selfish because he needs that goal, and sometimes you just need to make a good pass. It's better just to set your team out. And he's got the ability to do it. But, you know, when you're in your head, as you've got the ball and you're creating the action, you're not thinking about passing it. You haven't got that open mind where I might pass it on Monday. A lot of fans have accused him of that, and I'll say the same. But
so John, then how does he get?
Say that Estevao is better than him. It's just ridiculous.
Estevao's
a kid. He's a novice.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
Come on, please.
No, he's a novice, but he's a bloody good one.
He might be a good one. He plays in a team that can't defend, that are very attack-minded. You know what I mean? You can't compare them as footballers. Saka's light years ahead of them. Please, if you're going to make
this season you can't argue that. No, I'm sorry, John Boy. John Boy.
Sorry.
No, this season, bums off seats, right? Estevao, bums off seats. I'm not so sure Saka is that player that was 2 years ago.
Very exciting player, Estevao. Very Brazilian, very exciting, okay?
Yeah.
Saka is, as Simon Jordan said, he's a productive player, you know what I mean? Well,
I'm a fan.
He's coming back from injury, so give him a bit of time. I think he's going to have a great end to the season.
Right.
Because hopefully he'll build him. I think if you're a manager and you're planning like Arteta does, I think you're planning for the last 20, because Arsenal are probably going to play 20 to 25 games. So the season hasn't even really started, being realistic. We might play Man City 4 times in 3 weeks. There's a good chance if we both get through first, the knockout.
Yeah, Carabao Cup, League game, Champions League.
So the season hasn't even started yet, really, in my eyes. Okay, and if I'm Arteta, I'm thinking, lovely. It's like a racehorse getting ready for the derby.
Who's had a better season, Saka or Estevao?
The season's not. That's a stupid comparison. The season's not over.
No, but up to this point, I'm going to make it easy for you.
Talk about that.
I'm going to make it easy for you, John. This season,
I'm going to say Saka.
Who's had a better season?
I'm going to say top of the league.
I mean,
because you're
you're a good side, right? You're a good side, but who's had a better season?
We're a good side. We're a great side.
No, you're not great yet. You ain't great yet. You're a good side. You're a really good side. The best in the country.
Right,
who's had a better season?
Win something.
Who's had a better season? Saka or Estevao?
Oh, I don't think any of them had a great season.
See, you keep... Look, I'm going to make this very simple for you, all right?
Yeah.
It's a simple question. It needs a simple answer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Third time I've asked you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's had a better season? Saka or Estevao? I want one word answer.
Honestly, I really haven't seen Chelsea enough to say.
Okay, all right, fair. Okay.
I don't measure like that because.
Well, you should. What about the eyeball test? What about the sniff test?
Okay. How did Estevao play against Arsenal when he came on? He was useless.
What about he ruined Timber? absolutely ruined Timber in that first leg.
No,
Timber's
the away leg. When
yeah,
you needed it.
what about the first
when
leg?
You really needed it.
He come
when
off the
needed
bench.
It was useless.
He come off
and
the
he didn't ruin him. He did well against him. I thought he.
Let me tell you
honest,
now, right?
Fair,
honestly,
played in the
you
best that I've
gooners
seen.
crack me up.
Listen,
You're trying to tell me Timber's better than Rich.
Cundy. You're talking too much. Let me finish my point. I was going to say that he did very, very well in the away leg. I thought, honestly, I thought he played the best that I've seen any player play against him. And I've seen him mark Vinicius out of games, so I really rate him. And he did play really well. And he's got that young energy about him, blah, blah, blah. And he's got a lot of flair about him. But he's nowhere near in the same league as a footballer. And let me just make one more point. I know when you watch our other right winger play, he looks like a 3-year-old when he defends compared to... He hasn't got a clue where to position himself on the
Maduaki.
Yeah, he's had a couple of shocking games where he's actually done something, and sometimes that's the way it goes. But as a footballer, I shut my eyes when I watch him play. Just like I watch. You saw the thing about Eze. You know, you've been talking about it. We've just talked about Eze, right? Mm. I mean, 2 games ago, absolutely terrible off the ball. Terrible. My eyes were closed. Then he plays a Leicester team where he's got a little bit more time and space, and he looks like a top-class player. Do you know what I mean?
No, I totally agree with you. Yeah, and that's why you can't play an Arteta side unless you work your tail off.
Yeah.
My point is that Madueke and Eze, they might work, but when you watch them off the ball, they're hot. Madueke defends like a 7-year-old, Eze defends like a 13-year-old. They're going to have to both improve their games if they want to be regulars in that
John,
team.
I agree with you on that, I have to say. It's all right playing against Wigan and you're going to express yourselves and show your talent. But when I think, and you made this very clear, and I've noticed it more and more, to play an Arteta side, you have got to be, it's regimental.
You've got no chance. Unless you rock up.
It's very regimental.
It's Arteta. His side are the best in the country right now without the ball. They run in straight lines back towards their goal if they're getting countered. Mm-hmm. You watch them, they're like the red arrows, right? And they get back and they get back. And if you don't do that, if you don't work off the ball, you don't get in Arteta's team. And that's why I think that as he struggles a little bit, Saka's as good as anyone. Pedro Neto at Chelsea, very similar. He knows his job. Getting a wide man, chase back. That's not my job. Yes, it is out of possession.
Yeah, it is in this day and age, that's for sure.